Hey guys, how's it going? So I've been anime tagged by Blackenfist, so I decided to do the 16 Q&As that have been spreading around the community. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Question number 1, how did you choose your reviewer alias? Well, that comes from 3 sources. So the Roka part comes from my favorite genre of music, which is rock and roll. The Soka part comes from my favorite genre of fiction, which is just, let's say combat, action and whatnot. And as for the specific naming scheme, RokaSoka, that comes from the expression Rock'em Sock'em. As a matter of fact, I think I came up with that term after hearing about that toy, that old toy called Rock'em Sock'em Robots or whatever. Yeah, so that's pretty much how I got the name. It's not anything super extraordinary, but, that's how it came to be. Question number 2, how long have you been doing reviews? Well, I've been doing reviews specifically since October 11th of 2014, and my first review technically was of Naruto. But in terms of videos in general, I actually made a video in 2010, but let's just say I really didn't get serious about YouTube, or at least starting to get serious about YouTube until November 9th of 2013. And, if you look back at my YouTube history, then you'll see those videos, and you'll notice, based on when I reviewed those, when I put out those videos, when I was starting to get serious. Question number 3, why did you start making reviews? Well, I started making reviews in particular because, there's certain series that I was watching that I really enjoyed, and I felt that there were good things and bad things about them, so, I shared my thoughts on them, as well as just explaining the series, just general what you're supposed to do in a review. I mean, it's fair. I mean, it's not an in-depth review. I want to do those eventually, but for now, they're just reviews. Fairly standard. And when it comes to making videos in general, it's because, I just really enjoyed various aspects of Dragon Ball, so I wanted to make videos on that. And I did kind of want to make videos on Call of Duty, but A, Call of Duty is even more saturated than Dragon Ball video community, and B, let's just say those videos didn't do as well. Hence why I didn't make that many. I mean, I'll still upload them every once in a while, but still. So yeah, I started making videos because I enjoy it, as well as there's certain aspects to the Dragon Ball series that I felt that could be further explained that nobody else has done before. Or at least I want to offer a different perspective on them. Such as, for example, my recent video is a good example of videos that I haven't seen in the community, such as, when did non-Saiyans become irrelevant? I've heard it talked about, but I haven't actually seen videos on it. So, question 4, how many times do you watch an episode or series while reviewing it? Well, when I review something, I usually watch the entire series or movie. Well, I haven't done a movie review, but I'll watch an entire series. However, if I watch part of it, but I still have certain ideas or thoughts about it, then I'll make a impressions video, or just a my thoughts video. Five, what's your favorite genre to review and why? Well, obviously that would be the action genre. If it had to be something that's more common now, I guess action adventure. Basically something like Dragon Ball. And I suppose you could say the superhero genre as well, because, I really enjoy comic book storylines. I mean, I haven't actually read comics in a while. The last storyline that I read in particular was World War Hulk. Yeah, it was that long ago. So, what's your most unfamiliar genre? You know, a lot of people tend to say the romantic genre or whatever, but I've actually seen some animes that were technically romantic comedies or whatever, and I actually enjoyed them. I suppose my most unfamiliar genre is I'd probably say the sports genre. I don't think I've ever seen any sports anime, especially now on Toonami, but whatever. Question 7. What's one thing that persuades you to keep watching an anime after episode 1? Well, the thing that persuades me to keep watching anime is two things. Like, whether or not it's of a certain quality as well as if it's entertaining. If it falls too short on either, then I'll probably stop watching, because on the one hand, if it's just pure entertainment and no substance, then I get bored and it gets repetitive. But if it's pure just quality and little entertainment, then I'll probably also get bored. However, the quality tends to stick with me longer, but again, I'll eventually get bored. So I feel truly great writers should balance between the two. To me, the best stories are those that balance successfully quality and entertainment. 8. Who's your favorite Japanese or English voice actor? Well, my favorite Japanese voice actor, I don't know that many, so I'd probably say the voice actor who plays Vegeta, like, he's pretty cool, I guess. And my favorite English voice actor is probably Mark Hamill, because he plays so many of my favorite characters, like the Joker, and it turns out he also played Hobgoblin from Spider-Man, the animated series. And he played many, many other characters that are just interesting. I suppose a close second is Steve Blum, basically the guy that plays Wolverine, or at least that's how I know him as. He's played numerous other characters, especially in anime. Like, for example, in the English dub of Naruto, he played Zabuza. So, I believe that's the guy. Like, I could be wrong, though. 9. Favorite anime soundtrack? Well, this might be disappointing to a lot of you, but I think it'd probably be the soundtrack from One Piece. Like, to me, it's better than the soundtrack of Dragon Ball. Like, the soundtrack of Dragon Ball fits Dragon Ball, but I think it's sometimes too repetitive, whereas with One Piece is not as repetitive, so I feel they do it better. So 10. Favorite anime song that you crank up and dance to? Well, I don't really dance to any anime songs, but I think the song that made me come the closest is the opening intro to the One Piece Thriller Bark arc. Like, that intro is just amazing. Like, it's very catchy. Like, you should listen to it if you get the chance. What anime song are you currently addicted to? Well, I guess it would be the same one as what I said for question 10. It would be the opening intro to One Piece's Thriller Bark arc. So yeah, it'd probably be that. I'm not addicted to it, but that's the closest. Okay, question 12. Do you like to buy anime merchandise? If so, what do you collect? Not really. I mean, if you're thinking about toys, then the last time I bought any anime-related toys was Dragon Ball Z, and that was many years ago. I mean, I'm not much of a collector. I suppose the most recent Dragon Ball-related thing that I collected were the season sets. So essentially the blue bricks, the orange bricks, and the yellow bricks. So basically the entire series of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT I collected. But other than that, I don't really collect anything, not even manga. Although I do want to start getting into manga, I should say, as well. 13. What is your guilty pleasure anime? Well, for a lot of people, this would be like romantic type stuff or ecchi or whatever. Yeah, I don't really watch ecchi. I mean, I did watch ecchi before. Like, there's one ecchi that I watched called Freezing, but yeah, not much substance to it, so I dropped it. I guess probably Naruto, because despite the fact that I don't think it's a very good series, there are certain things that I like about it, so I keep watching it. So, you know, yeah, probably Naruto. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. Like, the story's pretty overrated. But again, there's certain things I like about it, so I keep up to date with it. 14. What anime made you cry? Well, I don't really cry to animes except when, you know, there are certain moments that are appropriate for it. You know, unlike a lot of YouTubers I notice, I'll actually admit that, you know, I'll cry sometimes. You know, the way I see it, real men will cry. When it's appropriate at least, but still. If we're talking Dragon Ball, then probably the moment that made me cry the most is, I would say, when future Trunks watched future Gohan die and he turned into Super Saiyan. I also cried when, like recently I watched the One Piece Marine Ford arc, and I cried when Ace was killed. You know, I thought that was pretty sad. I mean, I thought it dragged on, and I got tired of it, but like when it was in the moment, I actually did cry. So, yeah, those two. 15. Favorite food to eat when you're having an anime marathon? Well, I mean, like usually when I snack on something, it's usually either popcorn or potato chips. So I'd probably say potato chips. If you want to know what flavor, it depends. Like, sometimes I'll have, like, original, or sometimes I'll have barbecue, and other times I'll have Old Bay. Incidentally, I really recommend Old Bay if you can find it. It's really good. So, yeah, I'd probably have to say chips. Yeah. Question 16. What anime are you currently watching right now? Oh, there's quite a big list, actually. Let's see. I'm currently watching One Piece. I guess technically Naruto. Although I have been away from it for a while, Fairy Tail. I've also been away from it for a while, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Tokyo Ghoul. Code Geass, which I'm in the current process of watching. High School of the Dead. And that's about it. And if you want to know like recent anime that I've watched, I've literally just finished watching Death Note like last week. It's really good. I've also watched Baki the Grappler, also really good. I've watched Dead Man Wonderland. I've watched... Oh, sorry, another anime that I'm currently watching is You're Under Arrest. It's a pretty old anime, so I wouldn't be surprised if people have never heard of it. I also watched Golden Boy. And I watched... man, I just had it. Oh, and I watched Berserk. So yeah. Those are the 16 questions that I've been tasked with answering. And I really enjoyed answering them. So anyway, now for the tags. I tag the following people. I tag MistareFusion, the Saiyan 17, Unexpected Wonder, and if they're willing to do it, UnrealENTGaming, and finally, I highly doubt that he'll even see it, but King of Lightning. Anyway, that's been my anime tag video. See you guys later.